Hello, everyone. Today I want to talk about what happens when you are claiming your Social Security benefits at 62, working part-time, and are concerned that you may go over the annual earnings limit. This is what happened to Rebel Retiree in 2018. And so I'm going to be talking from personal experience. And I think the best way to handle this is to read my article. It's one of the more popular articles on my website, and people have found it helpful. So after I go ahead and read this, if you're still interested, go on over to the website and check it out. They do have a lot of comments there from people maybe such as yourself that can really give you some insight into what happens when you go over the annual earnings limit. So welcome back to Rebel Retirement, where we talk about all things retirement and how you can determine what you value through a just-in-time retirement mindset. I'm Marlene. So let's get started. Part 1, working part-time at 62 and collecting benefits. Rebel Retiree began collecting benefits at 62. In the second quarter of 2018, he began working part-time and anticipated that his wages would exceed the annual earnings limit by the end of the year. However, he was uncertain about how long his job would last or if he would quit before reaching the earnings limit. With this in mind, he decided not to inform Social Security beforehand. Rather than giving Social Security advance notice, he chose to take things as they come, be flexible, and see how things turn out. Part 2, exceeding the annual earnings limit for Social Security. At the end of the year, he earned more than the annual allowable limit. In January of the following year, the W-2s confirmed this. At that time, we were unsure of how it would be resolved. I understand that dealing with unfamiliar situations can be overwhelming, especially with bureaucratic agencies like the Social Security Administration. While the Social Security website is easily accessible and provides in-depth explanations, there are numerous rules and regulations to understand, which can cause confusion and unease. Having gone through this experience myself, I wrote this article in the hope of providing useful insights, and I hope you find it helpful as well. Part 3, don't worry if you exceed the Social Security earnings limit. Believe me, you're not alone. I've heard this time and time again. Many worry about punishment from the Social Security Administration for exceeding the earnings limit. I want to tell you an interesting story to shed some light on this issue. A member of a Facebook group for retirees shared her experience of claiming early Social Security benefits before reaching full retirement age. She was working and had exceeded the yearly earnings limit. Despite reaching out to her local Social Security office for clarification, she felt more confused than before. As a result, she turned to this Facebook group for assistance. Typical concerns of earning over the Social Security earnings limit. The story continues. The woman asked if anyone in the group had any personal experience with the situation. She worried about penalties, how to return the money. Do you pay the money back directly? Do you need to write a check to the Social Security Administration? When will benefits resume after Social Security withholds the payments? A few people replied. Here are some of the things that they said. Someone recommended that she rethink her situation and suspend her benefits until her full retirement age. Another quoted the Social Security Administration. People shared links to confusing articles. People were trying to be helpful, while others treated her like she had made a mistake in collecting earlier instead of later. So I was in that group, and after reading her responses to their answers, I deduced that she found them unsatisfactory. At that point, I realized I could assist her and share my experience. Based on her reply, I'm confident she found my information useful. Next, I'll explain what happens if you work, collect Social Security benefits, and earn over the annual earnings limit. Despite common belief, it's not as complicated as it may seem. So, what happens after you've earned over the limit? You don't have to do anything in advance if you work while collecting benefits and expect to exceed the annual earnings limit. Now, I must note, the Social Security Administration wants you to advise them in advance. However, that isn't always practical for various reasons. Much like I stated earlier, David did not know if he would quit his job or how long the job would last. So only you know what your situation is. So you need to take that into consideration. Also noted is you will not be penalized or pay extra for waiting until you are certain how your particular circumstances develop. That said, we're not advising you to intentionally withhold information about your earnings. When Social Security receives your W-2s and tax returns, they will evaluate your account and make adjustments based on the information provided. So how do you pay back Social Security if you do make too much money? Approximately 6 months after filing our joint tax return for 2018, which claimed earnings from Rebel Retiree's part-time job, he received a letter from the Social Security Administration. The letter explained that work and earnings resulted in an overpayment of benefits. It thoroughly explained the amount of overpayment. Plus, it showed the amount that must be repaid to Social Security. It stated that X amount of dollars from the September 2019 payment would be withheld in October to recover the overpayment. As in all tax-related judgments, the letter informed Rebel Retiree of his right to appeal. It also stated his right to request a waiver if the overpayment was not his fault in any way. He could not meet living expenses if they recovered the overpayment, if recovery would be unfair for some other reason. All of the figures were accurate in his case, and he had no reason to appeal. We did not pay out of pocket in advance. We waited for the benefits to be withheld. The overpayment in benefits was resolved and regular Social Security benefits were reinstated the following month in November. Don't let the fear of making more than the annual earnings limit stop you from working and claiming your Social Security benefits concurrently. There are perks to doing so. As long as you continue to work and collect benefits, the Social Security Administration will check your records annually to see whether your additional earnings will increase your benefit amount. That's right, it could increase your benefit amount. Continuing to earn and contribute to your account may increase your benefits. Social Security has a formula to determine this, and it all depends on your highest earning years. So it doesn't necessarily mean your benefit amount will increase, but it is possible. It's all based on your lifetime contributions. And you know best your circumstances regarding that. If there is an increase, they will mail you a letter telling you of the new benefit amount. Additionally, when you reach your full retirement age, they will recalculate your benefit amount and give you credit for any months you didn't receive a payment because of earnings. It should be noted that the amount will not be in one lump sum, but will be included in your monthly benefit amount. So in conclusion, exceeding the Social Security yearly earnings limit while working can be worrisome, especially if you're unfamiliar with the process. However, the Social Security Administration is very efficient in managing overpayment of claims. You're not charged a penalty. And when I say not charged a penalty, what that means is you're not punished because you've gone over the earnings limit. Do you need to pay that overpayment back? Yes, but you do not have to write any checks to Social Security to pay them back unless you want to. Benefits resume the month after they've withheld benefits due to the overpayment. This is over time depending on your situation. So depending on how much over the earnings limit you go, that will depend on how long it will take before benefits resume. Now, if this is before full retirement age, this is going to be $1 for every $2 you earn over the limit. In the year of full retirement age, it's $1 for every $3 earned. And the earnings limit in the year that you reach full retirement is even higher. And for 2025, that figure is $62,160. Now, I can't emphasize enough that it's best for you to go to the Social Security Administration and find out when your full retirement age is and how all of that works. And after you reach full retirement age, they recalculate your benefit amount to give you credit for any months you did not receive a benefit because of your earnings. And then after full retirement, you can earn as much as you want. So keep that in mind. I hope this has been helpful. Please let me know in the comments if you have personal experience with this. Please remember that this is our personal experience. So I wanted to share that, and I hope it's been helpful for you. And please give me a like, subscribe to the channel for more outside the box retirement tips. Thank you for watching. I'm Marlene with Rebel Retirement, and I'll see you next time.